December 7, 1941. A peaceful morning at Pearl Harbor, Hawaii. Everything seemed so ordinary, but no one knew that darkness was lurking on the horizon. From afar, Japanese aircraft carriers advanced towards their target, carrying a meticulously planned and brutal attack. Fighter planes were ready, engines roaring, preparing for the fateful moment. At 7:55 a.m., the first Japanese planes took off. They flew straight to Pearl Harbor with a single goal: to cause destruction and chaos. The first bombs fell, turning the harbor into a sea of fire. Massive ships were torn apart, explosions thundered, black smoke billowed into the sky. The battleship USS Arizona, a symbol of American naval strength, sank, taking thousands of lives with it. American soldiers in horror and despair faced the sudden nightmare. Pearl Harbor became a scene of devastation and sorrow. What really happened on that dark day? Join us as we explore the attack that changed the course of World War II. In the days leading up to the attack, Japanese generals meticulously planned a decisive campaign. In the operations room, they carefully studied maps, calculating each move with precision. They knew there was only one chance to weaken the U.S. Pacific Fleet. Pearl Harbor, the most important U.S. naval base in the Pacific, became the primary target because destroying it would give Japan a strategic advantage. Hundreds of fighter planes and bombers were prepared, lined up on the aircraft carriers. The pilots, dressed in combat gear, were thoroughly trained and carried a deep sense of loyalty. They knew this mission might be their last flight. The kamikaze soldiers, with a spirit ready to sacrifice for their country, bowed before the flag and received their orders. They felt no fear, only determination, knowing the success of this mission depended on their bravery and resolve. With everything ready, the Japanese planes took off, heading towards Pearl Harbor. In that moment, the sky was filled with the roar of engines and the resolve of the kamikaze warriors. The historic attack had begun. At 7:55 a.m., the battle began with explosive ferocity. American soldiers, in shock, frantically fired into the sky to combat the Japanese kamikaze bombers. The sound of gunfire echoed, bullets tearing through the air, trying to halt the impending destruction. The first bombs fell, causing massive explosions. The battleship USS Arizona was hit and exploded into a giant fireball, taking thousands of lives with it. Other battleships like the USS Oklahoma and USS West Virginia were also heavily attacked, many capsizing and sinking. The scene was one of utter devastation, with towering flames and black smoke billowing into the sky. At 8:40 a.m., the second wave of Japanese attacks commenced, bringing more planes and bombs. This time, airfields like Hickam, Wheeler, and Bellows were targeted, destroying dozens of American planes on the ground. The destruction was widespread, with hangars and runways left in ruins. The attack lasted over an hour, leaving behind heavy casualties. The U.S. suffered significant losses with 8 battleships damaged or sunk, 3 cruisers, and 4 destroyers damaged, along with 188 planes destroyed. Approximately 2,403 Americans were killed and 1,178 wounded. On the Japanese side, they lost 29 planes, 5 midget submarines, and 64 soldiers. The sheer scale of the destruction was unimaginable, with twisted metal and shattered lives scattered across the harbor. American soldiers, standing amidst the ruins and smoke, couldn't hold back their tears as they saw their fallen comrades. The Battle of Pearl Harbor left a tragic and sorrowful mark in American history, but it also became a source of unity and resolve for the entire nation. This day, marked by immense loss, also ignited a fierce determination to fight back and prevail. News of the Pearl Harbor attack spread across America like a storm. The devastation of American battleships, burning and sinking, sparked an intense fury in the hearts of the American people. Their hearts were gripped with sorrow as they witnessed these heartbreaking images. The American people, in their anger and grief, united with a resolve to avenge their fallen comrades. They knew there was only one way to respond: strike at the heart of the enemy. American troops were mobilized, preparing for the retaliatory strike. These soldiers, filled with determination and a high spirit of combat, were ready to set off to avenge the painful blow. And then, on April 18, 1942, American bombs fell on Tokyo, causing massive explosions, sending a powerful message. America would never surrender. This attack was not just about revenge. It was a declaration of strength and determination of the American people. After the bombing, Tokyo became a scene of devastation and ruin. Buildings were destroyed, streets filled with ashes. The attack left wounds that would never heal. Graves of numerous soldiers were scattered, bearing witness to immense sacrifice and loss. A young girl visited the grave of her loved one, her eyes filled with tears, reminiscing about past memories. Across the ocean, American soldiers mourned their comrades at their graves. Tears streamed down the battle-hardened faces, remembering the friends who had fallen for freedom. This scene of sorrow and burning reminds us of the cost of war. Yet from the ruins, we see resilience and hope for a brighter tomorrow. The Battle of Pearl Harbor and the subsequent retaliation became a pivotal moment in World War II. It marked America's official entry into the war, changing the tide and bringing new strength to the Allies. This attack was not just an act of revenge, but a declaration of America's resolve and strength. Please like, share, and subscribe to the channel to explore more heroic chapters of American history, where courage and resilience always shine.